Hi all, this is Johnny Crass, and coming to you with another short rambling rants video. Yeah. So, I decided, that a fun topic to talk about would be unit selection, or at least what goes through my mind when I'm selecting units for an army. For a tournament army, I should say. Because they need to fit a very, very specific profile. And it falls into 3 different categories. And I'll go over them now. Category number 1. Will the unit make its points back? After all, this is a game about using victory points to determine an overall winner. Scenarios are great, but I can count the number of scenario wins I've gotten on one hand. So, yeah, the game's about victory points. Let's be honest here. So, can a unit make its points back? This is your combat units. These are your Mournfang. These are your just units that hit like a ton of bricks. If they're cheap, fantastic. If they're expensive, they better be able to pull their weight. Keep in mind, this is only for tournament lists. This isn't for your run-of-the-mill fun lists. The next one, on the complete flip side, can the unit hold its points? The best example of this I can think of is the Iron Demon. Iron Demon's never going to kill its points worth. It might, but it's a small % chance. But what it does do is it doesn't die that easily. 8 wounds, toughness 8, 3 up armor. It doesn't go down that fast. So, it won't give up its points. So these are the units that they look big and inviting for your opponent to go after, or you throw it into your opponent's face, but they just won't give up points. Your Steam Tanks, your Iron Demons, your Ogre Death Stars, these are all units that won't give up their points easily. And then the third unit is, if it doesn't fall into either of those 2 categories, in my mind there's only one other slot, and that's support piece. Does it augment the army in some way where even if it dies, it will have benefited me enough to where, I don't miss its points. This is your cannon. This is your war altar. This is your, why can I not remember its name right now? War Shrine. These kind of things. Things that, while they may die and give up their points, augment your army in such a way that it's helpful and constructive. We're going to try to make this green light, and we will be making it, I believe. Or we could just stop here. So yeah, these are the kind of units. It's these 3 categories that I look at when I'm building a tournament list. Now, of course, there are units that fall into one or more of these categories. The Ogre Iron Gut Star falls into the first 2 perfectly. It can kill mostly its points and then not give up any points. Kadai Destroyer falls into these 2 categories. Hard to kill, kills its points. That kind of stuff. But also there's, of course, units that don't fall into any of them. But if you think about it for long enough, they'll fall into the 3rd category. This is your BSB, your level 4. These things fall into the support piece category. Now there are units that really don't serve any function. I'm thinking about like a 20-man swordsman block or things like that, where they're not deep, they're not fighty, So what purpose do they serve? Well, once again, if you think about it, they're a support piece. I mean, you're not going to be breaking a unit on them, using them as an anvil, but you can use them to charge into a flank and negate a rank bonus. You can use them to bodyguard your BSB or your level 4. You can use them for tasks like that. Little tasks where they won't be really getting in the way, but they'll be there preserving their points, or at least trying to preserve their points. So really, that's what you need to look at when you're building a tournament army list. Look at each unit you're bringing and ask yourself, do they fit into one of these 3 categories? Now, there are play styles where you take points denial to a whole new level, and it's, can I throw away this unit and still win the game? There are armies like that. Tom Richards' Wood Elves portray this perfectly, where he can throw away 10 Glade Guard and doesn't care because they don't tip the scales enough for it to matter. So it's just thinking like that. Think about it when you're building your army list. Do I need this unit? Does it serve a purpose? Because I've seen many a tournament army list where I'm just reading through it and there's about 6 or 7 units or 2 to 3 units that don't serve a purpose. It's just like, why are you taking this? I mean, yeah, if you're just going to a tournament to have fun, okay, I get that. But if you're going to a tournament to be competitive, and you're taking these units that don't serve any purpose and are just there as kind of filler, and you could have something better, why don't you? I understand comp and all that, but it just seems to me that it's wasting room. You're pretty much bringing like a 2K army list to a 25K tournament, and the other 500 points are wasted. So just, it's a little food for thought. This is really only for tournament players. I mean, friendly games, bring whatever the hell you want. Units don't need to pull their points. They're just there for fun. But, yeah, for a tournament game, most definitely, this is something you need to be paying attention to. Because I've seen many a tournament list where this wasn't the case. As for the 200th subscriber video, I'm getting a couple ideas. Keep posting them up. It's really cool to see people actually interacting and coming up with things. One that I'm kind of liking is doing, like, kind of a list building seminar, which was what this was kind of starting, but just kind of helping you construct a good solid tournament list. And hopefully this is the first stepping stones to that. So as I said, this is going to be a really short one. That's what he said. So yeah. Until next time, this is Johnny Crass. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. The Bay Area Open is in 2 weeks. So, if you're going to follow me on Twitter, now would be a good time. Because I'm going to be tweeting, posting pictures, from all my games over the 3 days. As well as maybe some drunken debauchery if I decide to go that route. So, if you're following me on Twitter, you get to see all that fun crap a couple days ahead of everyone else. Also, I'm really excited for the Demons release on the 23rd of this month. That should be interesting to see. So until next time, this is Johnny Crass. Have a good day. Whatever the hell. Yeah, see y'all later.